right, so let's make a start. If you'd like to step onto your mat, and we're going to do some little shoulder rolls to begin with. So can you bring your shoulders up to your ears, ease and press down. Breathing in as you lift your shoulders and breathing out as you press them down. Inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. Letting Julia in. And I'd like you to add a little rocking action. So you're going to come up onto your toes as you lift your shoulders and then press and come down. Hi, Julia. You're coming up, press and down. And again, breathe in, breathe out. And again, breathe in, breathe out. And we do 2 more. And last one. And then from here, I'd like you to come onto your mat and take your feet nice and wide. Allow your tailbone to just drop down. So you sort of tuck a little bit and hang. Slide your hand down your leg as you drop. Breathe in. Slide the other hand down the leg as you drop. Where does that hand get to as you slide it? Let's slide this one up and reach. Noticing what do those muscles on the side of the body feel like. Deep breath in through your nose. Breathe out. And again, breathe in. Breathe out. And we go a little bit further on our next 4. Each way. And final one. And then from here, taking the arms wide, can we come and stand on the one leg, bringing the knee up, out and around. So again, bring your knee up, out and around. Can you point your toes? See if you can do it without pushing your foot on the floor. Wobbling is optional, of course. Welcome the wobble. And then let's reverse and move back in the opposite direction. So as we're mobilizing the hip on this side, we're working on stability on that balancing leg. 2 more. Pointing your toes. Let's relax the arms down and transfer over to the other side. Pointy toes. What does the balance feel like on this side versus the other? Sometimes you might need to just tap that foot down to steady balance, but gradually see if you can keep that foot off the floor over the weeks and the months. And let's reverse. Side, in and down. Keep lengthening through the arms, reaching into the fingers. Lift the rib cage, particularly if you've been hunched over in your job today. Alrighty, from here we're going to circle the arms. So big circle, up and back. Notice the rib cage. Try and lift. Moving here in your upper body as you do it. So you look up, look down, look up, look down. Tiptoe rise, tiptoe rise. And then from the rise, into a squat. And again, tiptoe rise, circle back, and into a squat. That's it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Can we do 2 more? Is it hot in here or is it my hormones? Last one. All right, resting off. I'm going to take a stretch. If you need to, you can catch hold of something, hold on, and we'll move into a quad stretch. can you get your knees together, your heel towards your bottom, touching hold of the foot, hopping optional, of course. Can you squeeze your bottom and push your hips forwards as you do it? Lifting and opening the chest. Let's shake a leg. We do that on the other side. So knees together, heel to the bottom, holding on to something if needed, just to steady the balance. Breathe deeply. We'll come back and stand on the one leg, hovering with the other foot, circling. What's that ankle joint? Ooh, hello. Feeling like today as we circle round, keep the limbs still, and then reverse. Two more. Relax that one down and give that a go on the other side. So pointy toes, circling the foot out and around. What does that joint feel like today? Is it a happy joint? Does it need what it needs? Let's reverse. Okay, good job. So if you can join me now down onto the mat on the back. Breathe in and breathe out. Are you looking for online classes that support you with getting more me time? You want to get supple, strong, feel less stressed, get in the driving seat, but actually perhaps you've noticed that following videos on YouTube isn't actually helping you commit. It's not like the teacher reaches out and says, correct your hips, bring your knee back, move your posture back. And this is the problem. So, of course, you can hit subscribe to get more from the Zigs YouTube channel. But let's face it, we're not going to send our children to a school without a teacher or a tutor. I mean, what's their life going to be like if they're going to learn in that way? So my name's Claire Louise Freeman. I'm the business owner of Zigs Exercise, and I like to encourage you to join me and my community online, where we get together via Zoom and we practice Pilates conditioning, yoga stretches, mobility. And the thing is, we get to actually talk through this stuff. We get to do it together. And to me, consistently doing it together is the thing that gives us much, much better results than if we're left flailing around in front of a video trying to do it all by ourselves. So if you'd like more information about joining me and others, please reach out, get in touch. You can work with us morning, evening, from the comfort of your own home. It's great because you get all the kit together at home, and it does help you to practice in between as well. So I'm offering a complimentary kickstart call. We can talk through what's getting in the way, you know, why it's not worked so far. And sometimes the hardest bit is actually just picking up the phone and talking it through. So brave pants on. I work with all sorts of people from various walks of life, different shapes and sizes. And often people who do work with me do it because they say that I do it in a very non-judgmental way. Of course, it's free to talk, so you can click the link in the description box below and we can get to know each other and see if we're a good fit. There's no pressure here. On the call, I'll listen in to, you know, what you need support with, what your personal needs are, and I can answer any of your questions about our online Pilates and yoga, where we do it together in community. Why wait? This stuff doesn't get any easier as we get older. We work with lots of busy parents, grandparents, business owners, NHS professionals, private school teachers, regular school teachers. So if that feels like you and you need that support and accountability on getting it done, that's the thing. If we've got the sessions booked in regularly, that means we're much more likely to show up. And it's that regularity that people are often missing. You know, they take time off during holidays. It's the commitment that gets the motivation. So why wait? Book in, give me a call, and I'll see you on the other side. Doing well. Okay, so if you can join me down here, we're gonna take our knees up, tuck, and then tap. And breathe out and tuck, tap on the in-breath. Now, as you keep doing that, see if you can get your head on the floor, but lift your bottom. I'm going to start to give you 3 different levels to choose from. If you're new, I would recommend staying with this first level, getting used to that over the weeks. Those of you more improver level, we're going to roll up, hover the feet just off the floor, roll, Pilates rolling like a ball. A more advanced option, lifting the chest and pointing the toes. And we do 4 more, whichever level you're doing. Last couple. And final one. And then from here we get into some Pilates core conditioning technique. So if you can slide your fingertips here into the curve of your lower back. So you've got your fingertips touched together. Pull your belly button muscle in so it feels like you're putting pressure on both hands. Can you lift a leg and lower it, maintaining even pressure between the left and the right hand? And again, if you're new, I'd recommend that you stick with tuning into that pressure at level 1. Level 2, we're going to scissor like this. So one is coming up as the other comes down. Can we keep the belly button muscle sucked in, particularly if we've got a niggly back? Try to keep that core active. For our 3rd, more advanced level, we're straightening a leg as the other knee comes in now. Breathe. And we do 4 more. Pointing the toes. Last couple. Alrighty, from there, if you can hug your knees, keeping both hands here on the top of the knees like this. I want you to circle round like that. Circling around and just sort of massaging your lower back against the ground. A bit like a bear scratching its back on a tree. Getting into that feeling of massaging it against the floor. And we go back in the opposite direction. Relax your back into the ground as you circle. Alrighty, from here we're going to take a stretch. So bringing our right knee to our chest and extending the left leg down long. Notice the arm on that side is also moving out to the side. So if you can park it down, we're going to now bring the knee across the body with our opposite hand. Feeling for the floor with the foot. So opposite hand, bringing the knee across. Pressing the knee down and allowing the head to turn to look towards our back hand. Pressing the back shoulder down. Can we put the foot on the floor? Breathing deeply in through the nose. And breathe out through the mouth. So using this time as our deep breathing space. In through the nose. And out, exhale, out through the mouth. Again, breathe in through the nose. Exhaling out through the mouth. Let's roll to the center. And if we can give that a go on the other side. So if we switch knees, hug it to your chest. Leave the arm out to the side. Straightening the other leg. And bringing the knee across and down. Then you put your foot on the floor. So feel for the floor with your foot. Trailing that back arm behind to give it a stretch around your chest. Turning the head to look behind your back shoulder. Notice calling out in the body. Your body could speak. What would certain parts of it be saying? Deep breath in through the nose. A long exhale out through the mouth. Again, deep breath in through the nose. Breathing out through the mouth. One more deep breath. And we roll to the center. And if you park your hands just here, underneath the back of the leg, we're going to use that to rock ourselves up to seated. So up we come. And then we're going to crisscross our legs. Now, if for any reason crisscrossing doesn't quite agree with our knees, we can always park our feet open. So you get to choose. We're going to park ourselves onto our sitting bones and then lengthen up the arm. So the arm is sort of back by the ear. And then the hands are coming down just a bit wider than our shoulders. What can you get hold of? And we tuck the head in, bring the chin to the chest. What's feeling tight? Again, if your body could speak, what would it be saying? Let's slide the hands in, reach up again, breathe in, and breathe out as we come down. Inhale as we slide the hands in, reaching up by the ears. Exhale as we come forwards and down. Now with each one, see if you can go just a little bit further. Now if you're doing the cross-legged version, I'd like you to bring the other leg over the top. And again, exhaling out. Imagine you're breathing out any tension and worries, gathering in positive, healthy energy. Exhaling out any stress and worries, breathing in positive, healthy energy into all the cells of your body. Going that little bit further with each one. And final one. Then from there, can you meet me on all fours? So knees set under the hips, hands on the ground. We're going to reach our opposite arm and leg away. And then can you touch your elbow onto your knee underneath? So reach out and then round. Breathe in and reach. Breathe out and round. Inhale, reach and point your toes. Head coming down and then head looking up. Push the ground away with the hand. Let's do 2 more. So final one. The memory test. Remember this side, because we're going to do the other side in a minute, but we'll mix it up with the downward dog. So if you can lift your bottom up in the air like this. Push your heels down a little bit. If your heels are nearly on the floor, try walking your feet a little bit further back. Lift your bottom up, press your heels down, and have a chat with your calves. Your calves could speak right now. What would they be saying? mine's saying, thank you, I needed a stretch today. Yours might be saying something different. Ouch. Alrighty, then from here, if we come down, and let's take the other arm and leg away. Testing the memory. Elbow to knee underneath. Breathing in as we reach. Breathing out as we round. Now as that leg moves out to the back, can you lift it high enough that your buttock muscle sort of goes and kicks in? Buttock could make a noise as that leg lifts. It would probably go and then back in. It would in my body at least. Yours may have a different sound. I'm sure our bodies are like an instrument. Yes, one of the old supermodels. What did I see her say on Instagram or something the other day? My body's an instrument, not an ornament. She was talking about positive aging. I can visualize her face. Not very good with names. Celebs. Cindy Crawford. Maybe it was her. And last one. All right, can we find the downward dog again? So, open the door. I'm quite hot. Yeah. Oh. Me too. All right, let's lift the bottom. Walking your feet back, push the heels down. So again, just tuning in, what are the calves saying today as you press the heels down? Notice if you lift your bottom up to the ceiling, how that kicks in a little bit more stretch. Breathe. Alrighty, we're going to take a walk with our feet towards our hands. So now's a good time to have a drink. And then I'd like you to find a foam roller. So have a drink, have a little breather. Use a squishmallow if you haven't got one of these, or a pillow off the bed. Good investment though, Liv. Alrighty, the avocado. I love it. All right, let's aim halfway down the back. Probably would be best with a pillow and a squishmallow. We're going to aim halfway down. So for me, I'm just below my bra strap. See how it feels for you, Di. We're going to bring our hands here around the back of the head. Just go back to that point where it perhaps feels a little bit uncomfortable. Yes. Try with that one. This one's a bit softer. Give me that one. Yeah. So breathing in as we drop back. Exhaling and lifting. Just going back to that point where it's a little bit uncomfortable. Often when we hunch over a lot in our day jobs, these muscles get really tight. So it's a great way of counteracting that hunched over posture. Normal when we first start practicing these to feel a bit like we're going to snap, but definitely haven't snapped anyone yet in the whole 29 years of teaching. Let's just do one more there. Breathing in as we drop back. Exhaling and lifting. And then if we move the roll just an inch higher up the back. Usually it gets a little bit easier as we go higher up. Breathing in as we drop. Exhaling to lift. So just noticing where are our tightnesses today and thinking about what little tools we have in our box each day to Work through the aches and pains. Inhaling through the nose on the way back. Exhaling to lift. And one more here. Oh, it's quite nice with that bit of breeze coming into the studio. Okay, let's go just another inch higher up. So you're more now on the tops of your shoulders. Breathing in as you drop back, dropping the chin down, exhaling and lifting. And do it again. As you lift, you should pull your belly button muscle in, tilt your pelvis a little bit. So you're connecting your core muscles. Last one. Alrighty, let's release. Now, you might park your squishmallow between your knees, or a Pilates ball, or a block, or a cushion, something like that. We got balls flying all over the place in here. Okay. So squeeze between your knees, arms facing up. And you squeeze the ball as you lift your bottom. And I want you to squeeze your pelvic floor so it will feel like you're sort of holding one in. And then coming back down. Relax the pelvic floor. So as you lift, squeezing again, squeeze between the knees, holding at the top just for a few seconds, and then coming back down. As you lift, breathing in, squeeze. As you lower, exhale. On this next one, we're going to stay at the top. I'd like you to push downwards through your feet, pushing the ground away, and then coming back down. And you can either stay with level 1, particularly if you're new, get used to working on basic practice. Level 2, we're going to float a heel off the ground, and then float the other heel off the ground, and then lower. Now, when you're floating the heel up, can you keep your hips level? Maybe glance down. What do your hips do? Level 3, we float the foot off the floor, but aim to keep the hip level. Let's do it again. Breathe. Glance down. What do the hips do as you float? In order to float, you'll need to push the foot that's on the floor quite firmly down if you're going to keep those hips level. Breathe. Do 2 more at your own pace. And last one. Great for building stamina around our buttock muscles, around our lower back, around our hamstrings. So we'll pop whatever was between our knees to one side, and we'll take a glute stretch next. So if you can park your right leg over your left, and just bring your hands here around the back of your left thigh. So like this. Your own variation is fine. So right leg over the top. That's it, we're there. So as you pull in with your hands, push out with your elbow. So right elbow pushing the thigh away as you pull in with your hands on the left leg. Now you can either stay with this version, or you want to up level, stretch a bit further. We're going to interlock the fingers here around the front of the shin. That first level may be enough for you, or you can give that second level a go. We give that stretch a go on the other side, so stretching around the glute by bringing that left leg over the top. Feel for your ankle bone on your thigh. Hands around the back of the right leg, pulling the hands in, Use your left elbow to push out the knee. Pushing out the knee as you pull in with your hands, breathing deeply. And we're going to interlock around the front of the shin. A little bit further for our next level of stretch. Feels good to stretch. Deep breath. Okay, let's rest off. And from here, we're going to move into a lunge position. So if you can park your right leg forwards and notice my knee is behind this hip on my left leg. I feel like I've got a Keith. So square up your hips. Our first level, we're going to straighten this front leg. And then we're going to drop down into the lunge. The shoulders sitting above the hip. So straightening the front leg and then bending in and breathing into the belly. Our next level, we'll do it with our tiptoe and then straightening the front leg and dropping in. So choose your level. And we do 2 more. Final one. We're going to stay down there for a little bit longer. Breathe. And then from here, we'll bring our hands to the floor. Slide the front foot back. And we're now in a plank. Chest open, we're going to rock forwards, rock back. So rock forwards, rock back. Now if you find it's too much on your toes, you could drop to your knees. So you rock like this. If you want to work a bit harder, staying on your toes, keeping your chest open. Eye gaze looking ahead. Breathe. And last couple of rocks. So from there, if you can bring the other foot forwards, and that should be the left. And that knee again, we want behind the hip, rocking forwards, and straightening our front leg as we rock forwards. Level 1, breathe into the belly. Level 2, coming up onto the toes. Where we drop and then straighten into the front leg again. Down, down, down. Straighten it out. 2 more. And can we hold for a little bit longer on our last one? Hold, breathe. Okay, we're going to come up to standing. Now's a good time to pause and have another drink. Okay, now you might like to use some weights on this one. You can do it without. So these ones are 2 kilos. There's a few different types, so help yourself. I'd like to, just try, maybe start with a lightweight. Might try with those. Yeah. We're going to do waitress hands. Yeah. Okay. So if you could bring your elbows back. And I'd like you to lengthen your posture. So you're elongating up through the crown of your head. You're really opening your chest. Move to the center. We add a little rise onto our tiptoe and come back in. Rising up. Can you let your tailbone drop down? Now you can add some reach if you like for next level, or you can stay with that first version. You get to choose. Breathe in, breathe out. Now our third option is to stay here, but then add some turn. So building stamina by adding that rotation in. You choose level 1, 2, or 3. Are we feeling that? Ready, keep your posture open as you turn. Welcoming the wobble. And last one, nearly there. Okay, good job. We're going to let the weights hang. Come up, squeeze, down with the shoulder. So we come up, squeeze, down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Rising again onto tiptoe. And then can you rock back into your heels? So you lift your heel and then lift your toes. Testing balance. Up and down. 2 more. So good for our calf strength. We can get right up onto the tippy toes. Okay, taking the feet just slightly wider than our hip. Sinking into a squat. Down, down, down. Coming back up. And if you want to, you can fold the weight towards your shoulder, or you can let it hang loose at the side of you. Think about your posture as you drop, lengthening through your back. Aim to keep a little bit of body weight through your heels. Next level, we add some reach, pressing our shoulders down, or you can stay with that first or second version. More to go. And last couple. Final one. Alrighty, let's rest off. Now's a good time for another drink. So you can pop your weights back in the box. Let's give our quads another stretch. So we can catch hold of the foot, knees together. Try to get your heel to touch your bottom. Now, often the body will lean forward, particularly when the quad muscle is quite tight. Try to push your hips forward and lift from your rib cage. Now, that may be enough for you. If you want to go further and test your balance more, add some lean. So we're aiming to get this lifted leg more horizontal with the opposite arm up by the ear. Welcoming the wobble. Good test of balance. And let's shake a leg. So can we give that a go on the other side? So hopping optional. Knees together, heel to your bum. Push your hips forwards, elongating the posture. Now again, that may be enough for you, so stay with that version. Getting some height on the leg, the next level, and some reach up by the ear with that arm for our next level. Breathe. Alrighty, let's rest off and shake a leg. So we're nearly there. You can join me down onto the back. Hello, knees. Musical joints. Okay, so from here we're going to slide our fingertips into the curve of the lower back again. Draw the belly button muscle in. So I want you to feel for a bit of pressure again from your core as you point your toes. And slowly you're going to lift your knees towards your chest like this. And then as you lower, feel what happens. Can you keep pressure on your hands or do you lose pressure? Losing that pressure is a sign that we need to work on the core strength more. Try to maintain that pressure as you lift, breathe, lower, exhaling on the lift, inhaling on the lower. If you feel you've got that stamina in your core, you might take your feet a bit further away. Still with a bent leg, but feet just moved out a little bit, testing and exploring the core. I find if I'm sort of on the edge of my core, as my feet get just a few inches off the ground, that's when I sort of judder a bit and start to get the shakes. Over time, we can work towards straightening the legs. Breathe. And we do 2 more. And then from there, I'd like you to make a sort of star shape. So we've got the feet at the corners of the mat, hands at the top corners, reaching up through the hands and pointing the toes down. Can you let your back arch? Close your eyes for a moment and breathe deeply into your belly, so your belly fills with air. And exhale fully out. So again, let your belly fill up with air. And a long exhale out. And one more deep breath. Alrighty, so from here, I'd like you to bend your legs, feet flat. Can you place your hands on top of your belly? Close your eyes. And let your body just settle into the mat. Just so you're holding on to any tension in your muscles. And just asking the muscles to soften, let go, and relax. Take a moment to thank your body for showing up and practicing some of these little exercises today that all add up to the bigger picture of improving our mobility and flexibility, core strength, upper body strength, balance, stamina. Let's just remind ourselves that life would be very different without these things. As you relax down more deeply, we're going to practice a 4, 5, 6 breath. So I'd like you to breathe in through your nose for the count of 4, 3, 2, and hold your breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, and then exhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. So in for 4, hold for 5, exhale for 6, in for 4, holding for 5, exhaling for 6. Do it 2 more times at your own time. And last round. As you finish your 4, 5, 6 breathing, allow your breathing to settle back to its natural rhythm. Let your attention drift and allow your body to relax. Noticing how you're feeling now compared to the start of the session today. What's been the shift in your energy? I'd like you to open your eyes. Roll to our side, and if we can come up to seated, pop our feet round in front, let the head drop, and if we can pop the hand just here, side of the head, and a gentle pull down, just sort of letting the hand go heavy against the head. Roll the head down, round. And over to the other side. Let the head go heavy the other way. And a gentle pull. Deep breath. Rolling the head down and around. And then if you can pop your head into the middle, I'm just going to pop the hands here around the back of the head, keeping lengthened in the spine, but tilting the chin to the chest and applying a little bit of pressure with the fingertips behind, and breathing deeply. And let's release. So I hope that's made a real difference today. If we can just have a little